Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be discussing the Demon King update as a whole, because of course in the next few days, as you can see by this timer here, we're going to be losing this event and we'll be getting the AM Melee. I think it's a summer event. I think it's something to do with summer. I think. I don't know. It could be. It might not be. We don't know at the moment. But yeah, I thought I'd go over this event. Some things I like. Some things I think are a little bit iffy, some things that could have been improved on, just everything really, because this update, as overall, has not been bad. Of course, we've got the diamonds from login, which is, it's very good. It is standard, right? We do get that very standard, but it is still very good. I'm not going to say, oh, because we get it every time, it's not good. It's always going to be good, and it's always a huge W when we do it, because they could quite easily say, nah, I don't want to give it to you. Why not? You know, it's our company. You have to work harder now. They don't do that. They're a little bit more forgiving, which is quite nice. The special missions, they're okay. Pretty standard stuff. They always have special missions. You get a free multi. You can actually get the free multi day one, which is pretty nice, by doing the hero trial story, which is something they've added to the more recent festivals. I believe starting with King and Diane, it was added, and its whole premise is so you can test out the character before you get them, which is what many other games have. Star Rail, Genshin, Xenoblade Zero, all of them, I think even Withering Waves, has a way you can try out the characters before you summon them for them, because you may not be able to get them. Obviously, you may not want them because you might think, okay, they're pretty mid, I don't want that. I do kind of hope, I wish that they sort of bring this up for every character, even if they're not, the latest, festival, maybe a 600 banner. For 242s, this is completely different. I understand why you don't want to do a trial for a 242 diamond character banner, because normally they're pretty mid, and they're normally either backline support, or they're pretty mid. But 600 diamond banners, I think, should also have the hero trial story to give us a free multi, just so I think just so you can test them out, see what they are like, because some people think, oh, I'm a little bit on the fence, are they good, are they bad, and they only see YouTubers play it, and let's be real, most YouTubers, including myself, are not the average player. Our boxes are significantly higher than the average player, and newer players can see and think, oh, this character is very good, summon, realise that they're pretty bad in their hands because they don't have the insane box you see, constellation, outfits, all of that. And then they miss out on the next big banner, which is a collab, or the most broken festival in the game, or something along the lines of that. Which is the reason why I think Hero Trial should be a permanent thing, but they probably won't. Demon King's Oppression, I always like this event, it's pretty useful. Always buy the ones that I got like the infinite use thing. Basically, when you buy them, they're permanent until the event disappears, which is pretty good. Also, the Demonic Beast stuff, I think there's one for Deer as well. Yeah, there's also one for Deer as well. I recommend buying them if you are farming them. Also, you're probably thinking, oh, well, I'm not going to use any of this stuff, should I still buy it? Yes, you should. Even if you're just buying the Vanya Ale thing, or the Event Boss thing, it's still worth it, because the points you spend now, you think, okay, well, the next tiers are now, I can't start unlocking them. Yes, you can. Spending points now still contributes to unlocking the next few stages. So if you spent, let's just say, 10,000 points, well, you're guaranteed to have the next 2 stages unlocked, which means day one you can get, I don't know, if it is a final boss that's out, which I think we also do get a final boss this week sometime, it will be like, you may get like increased HP in final boss, or increased attack in final boss, which will increase the amount of points you can get, and then make it easier for you to, I don't know, get top 1% or top 5% or even top 50%, depending on what sort of rewards that you're going for. So make sure you do spend some points now, but also keep enough to get whatever they release on Thursday. The Essette's Lucky event, honestly, goated event. I think it should be a permanent thing. Basically, you log in, you get a random raffle ticket on Wednesday. They pop the raffle ticket rewards, and if you got the characters in that order, you get decent rewards, and depending on how many characters you have in that order will depend on what rewards you get. And I believe this should be a permanent event. Maybe tone down the rewards, because I'll actually just show you guys the rewards. So, oh wow, cool, look. Also, they give her a model now as well, which is pretty cool. You can see, oh, look, so these are the tickets I got this week. You can see what I won last week. I was one off getting 550 diamonds, which would have been absolutely crazy. But yeah, this should be a permanent event in my opinion. They could just tone down the rewards a bit, make it so the best rewards are 100 diamonds or even 50 diamonds. But just make it a permanent event, because it is a really cool event. I know it's it's not an actual, you're not doing anything, but the event itself and the concept of it is cool. You log in, it's a random chance, and I'm not gonna lie, it may entice more players to log in more frequently. Entice players to log in and think, oh, cool, I got to do that. Because I could get 500 diamonds, well, not 500 diamonds, let's say 50 diamonds or 100 diamonds, which is cool, and that's what you want. You want players retention, you want them to log in constantly, you want them to be doing their dailies, you want them to be playing more, because the more they play, the more likely they are to spend money, because this is a free game, and that's what you want. Yeah, this is a cool event, and I would love for this event to be permanent. It's very unique. This is the first time this event has actually ever been out, and it is really cool. So that's the reason why I want it back. Wishbox event, standard stuff. You pick whatever you want, and you can see here, I just sort of picked... I picked random stuff here. I probably should just picked the gold or the outfits for the upgrade materials for the outfits, but I didn't. SA coins, I always pick Super Awakening coins. Every time I see them, I pick them, because they are useful to me still. SSR tickets, I picked them as well because I buy True Awakening coins with dupes that I don't have, dupes that I have 6/6. I buy more Cosmetic, and I'm currently working on the final stage, which is more Super Awakening coins. Because Super Awakening coins is something that everybody needs. Either you're like a top whale, you're still going to need them because you need them to True Awaken, you need them to Super Awaken, and every character, if you are, like I say, top whale, you're going to True Awaken, which is expensive. Even if you 6/6 a character, you're still looking at close to 80 SA coins in total. If you SA6 character and True Awaken them and they're 6/6, you're still looking at close to 80. Where if you're 1/6, you're looking at about 99 to True Awaken them, which is super expensive, especially for SSRs. URs are a little bit cheaper than that in terms of it's still a lot. It's still 120, but it's not that bad because they're a UR, so you can sort of justify it. You got the event bosses. So this is something a little bit I've noticed. We didn't get like. I was expecting us to get like 4, which is what they normally do during events. You know, you get one week, and you get another one next week, so on and so forth, because this is quite a long event. As you can see here, this event doesn't end until we get the next big event, which is the 28th. It ends on the 27th, but we get the update on the 28th, which is cool. 27th of August is the live stream for whatever we're gonna get, whether it is a collab, which once again, it's quite possible it's a collab, or it's a random Ragnarok or Catastrophe character. But yeah, the event itself is okay, it's pretty easy. I've done it, I don't know, 30 times to get all the rewards, and I've still got enough to buy all of these and still got some more. It's not hard. They could have added a few more. I know even done 3 would have been fine. It is over 5 weeks. I do understand that constantly repeating the same bosses that have been out in the last set of events can get quite repetitive. Sorry, not competitive. Repetitive, and some people may not like that, which is it's fair enough, you know. Primpu, honestly, I love this event. I do wish, so it's got rankings now, I do wish that there was some rewards for rankings, like your top percent, whatever, sort of like final boss. I think that would be really cool, and it would entice people to do it solo more than just doing it with friends and letting their friends carry them, which is the reason why I would like to see some sort of rewards, even if it's just like 30 diamonds, or even just the complete copy from the final boss rewards. I would completely be fine with that as well. But the event is really cool. Do kind of wish they brought these out more often. We've had the Colossal Titan, and we've got the Primpu, are the only 2 conquest bosses we have. You know, they missed out on I guess bringing out another conquest boss with AOT, bringing out a conquest boss with Shield Hero. You know, they could have done the Giant Turtle, and they could have just done, you know, the Albion itself as a conquest boss. You know, I know it's basically the Perimpu, but it doesn't really matter, does it? You know, it's technically a different boss. It's a good, you can change the moveset on it, so it's fine. People really enjoy this event because with this event you can sort of, you know, you can play with your mates, it's fun, you can invite randoms, and they have done a lot more of quality of life updates to this, you know, adding a real time to it now, which is pretty handy. You know, you can pick and select the people who are lower CC than you, just so you can guarantee at the top place, which is, you know, always what I like to do. And if you are going for the rewards, that is what I recommend you do, is you pick the people with the worst teams, or people with the lower CC, just so you can guarantee that first place. But yeah, it's just a fun event. I wish we had more of them. Unfortunately, we don't see it very often. But maybe, hopefully, in the future, we can see it more often, you know. Exchange shop, this is just for the Brimpu and the Indigenous Purgatory creature at the moment. Yeah, standard stuff. Not too hard. Quite easy. Hawk's Treasure event, Hunt event. I've done that in 2 days. It's not hard. Even to time it to guarantee the number you want every time without having to change, without having to use more of the pickaxes, is so easy. I got every set of diamonds I could get. I got all the Super Awakening coins, but like 1 or 2 where I just couldn't be asked at that point. But yeah, it's really easy. Once again, Full Soldier thing, Diamond Perks is always a standard thing, and the Power Up event itself is basically a permanent event. All this stuff, there was it was last for like a month, and the next event, so the next event at the end of the next month, it then, oh wow, it's back again. basically we always have double XP on, which is cool. It's very good for new players who need to level up to, I don't know, get more friends or get more stamina, or even just to get the diamonds from the achievements for leveling up, which is pretty handy. And of course, the later on you go, the more expensive the levels get, even to the point where I think between 120 and 140 is like 19k per level, which is a lot of runs of gold. Trust me, I farmed it nearly day one both times to 130 and then to 140. That was very expensive, but overall it is worth it. You get 10 diamonds from getting from 120 to 130, and you get another 10 diamonds from going from 130 to 140. So it's not bad. It's 20 diamonds, and if you really, really do, you know, you need that final summon, it is I guess a lost case if you need to do it. But yeah, apart from that, the event hasn't been too bad. Of course, got Lucky Bag. Lucky Bag's sort of always the standard thing nowadays. The banner itself is okay. Demon King himself is fine. I just don't like the fact there are, you know, 4-year-old festivals on the banner, especially the fact that, you know that they're not going to get any love. You know that Escanor is not getting an LR because we've already got an LR Escanor. It just doesn't really make too much sense. I understand it's so that, I don't know, players who may not have them 6/6 can get them 6/6, or players who don't own them because they're newer players can get them. It just doesn't really make sense. Apart from that, the banner itself is pretty decent. Roxy's on there, always good for players. Valentine's Day Diane always is really good for Demon King. So I always use it for Demon King. You've got this Merlin. Sorry, not Merlin, Gelda. I looked at this Merlin. You've got Gelda, who is also quite good. I finally got a 6/6. And this Merlin, she's okay. She used to be really good for the Perimpu event boss, the Conquest boss that I just recently spoke about earlier in the video, because there used to be a glitch where her debuffs would proc and it would do like some stupid amount of damage. They removed that. It's immune to that now. So now she's basically only going to be used for Chaos mode. This Percy isn't bad. Getting him 2/6 does give you the res, which is pretty handy. This Esteros is also really, really, really good. Narzian's is good. Anne's good. It's been quite a decent banner. The rates are 4%, so it's like the highest the rates go for banners. I would maybe like to see, maybe push the boat out, maybe a 5% banner. Demon King himself, he's okay. He's decent. He does suffer from problems. I feel like every festival suffers from some sort of problem. Melee Liz, they don't get their shield up, they don't get the buff, the damage isn't the best. Mael, honestly, not too bad. Dark Mael was quite good. King and Diane, to be honest, they're also quite, after the buff, they were kind of smoking everyone. They're also very good. The heal isn't very reliant on, it heals everyone regardless of race or characteristic, which is really cool. I like this Demon King is probably the most restrictive out of the festivals we've had this year, which is fine because, once again, he is sort of built for a demon team, and the demons sort of do need a very specific team because at the moment they're not the best. They verse humans, they get outseated by humans, they can get quite easily nuked. But of course that is where the new AM melee that will drop this week will come in and save the day and hopefully make demons good again. But yeah, generally not the worst banner, not the worst update. Out of 10, I'm going to give it an 8 or a 9. Demon King himself's fine. I think if Demon King was like top tier broken, like we're talking like Melee Liz broken, or like King and Diane after buff, post buff, broken, then yeah, I would be 100% giving this up there a 10. We got the diamonds, we got this new Essette's lucky event, which is crazy cool, and I'm going to I might post on the forums that please keep this as a permanent event. It's pretty cool. Even if they nerf it a little bit, it's a cool event, right? And it keeps people coming back. You think, oh, I wonder what I'm going to get this week. And even if it's just like, those Demon King crystals, they're pretty good for new players. Because some new players either don't have Demon King unlocked or struggle to get them because they can't do Hell, and then they're stuck doing Extreme, which isn't really that good. Even I know this doesn't really give you actually, what level boxes does it give you? Thank you. I don't want to see the animation every time. It gives you level 1 boxes, but that's still fine. You get 10 of them. It's not bad. I've seen worse, and generally it's not a bad event. I'm looking forward to future events because they do say they are putting a lot more effort into it. Of course, because of sort of leveling did that huge 15% player base spike. I do expect to see some better updates. They're talking about bigger and better collabs, which is also cool, and I'm looking forward to them. Yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to in this update. It's pretty good, and I do hope that they keep some of these events, make them more frequent, because some of them are quite nice. They're really cool. And yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this Demon King update, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.